And we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. UTR proudly presents Talk Yo Shit. And did y'all miss us? We missed y'all. So we gonna get into it. Tonight's episode is the Reddit files. The Reddit files. It's not stuff that y'all wrote into it, so don't think that we about to read y'all stuff tonight. But however, we just we just kind of scram the internet on Reddit just to see what we can do. See if we can find something to where we can have a conversation about. And with that being said, we gonna turn it over to the lovely professor, Miss Professor. If you be so kind, let's get it.
How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? We are here with the Reddit files. Like he explained and said before,
Dun,
these are
dun.
just some stories on Reddit. They want to know if they're the asshole, and we gonna let them know because why? We talk our shit. With
Mhm.
that being said, let's get into the first. This one says, "Am I the asshole for not wanting to give my boyfriend head?" Um,
Hmm.
Hi, so this is my first time doing anything like this, but I wanted some opinions. I have a boyfriend, and me and him have had a really good relationship. We broke up the summer of 2023, but got back together again, and things have been good since. Now, here's where my problem starts. We have been very intimate with each other, and it has brought us closer. I went to see him earlier this week, and he was acting off. When I was there, he had asked me to give him head, but I said I wasn't in the mood. And he has been standoffish with me since then. Yesterday, I asked him if he was okay and if there was anything I could do to help. He said, I'll satisfy you, but my needs are never met. He told me he felt used, and that's when I decided to be honest and tell him that I don't enjoy giving head, and I usually do it because he likes it, but the action makes me feel gross, and I hate doing it. He then said, I figured because in order for me to give him head, he'd had to give me sex. I gave him head during sex because I felt like it was something I needed to do. My other issue is the way he acts. Sometimes it feels like I'm forcing myself to suck it up and get the action over with. I admit that I have told him I'd give him head the next chance I get after our hangouts because they last for a short amount of time, but I have a habit of not following up because the idea disgusts me so much. I just don't enjoy it, but I want him to be happy and I'm willing to ignore my feelings to satisfy him, but in the long run, it makes me hate myself. Am I the asshole?
Hmm.
That's a lot to unpack there.
Definitely a lot to unpack. Different people.
That is definitely a lot. So just to wrap it up,
Uh,
it's done to her, but she doesn't want it to be. She doesn't want to do it to him, and she doesn't
um,
care for it.
it doesn't necessarily say that she's getting head, but she's getting sex.
She is getting the sex.
Yes,
Hmm.
but he wants head.
I mean, sex is a very important portion of a relationship. And if you aren't being satisfied in the way that you want to be satisfied, it can cause a lot of issues and problems. Maybe I honestly think it should probably get to the root of why it is that she doesn't care for doing it because everybody is different. Somebody may have had a bad situation previously and they're like, I don't want to do it. It could be maybe something that was taught that, okay, even though having sex is, the norm, if you go and do head, you might be considered as a hoe. Like it's people who's been taught that, like, oh, don't ever do things like that because it's gonna, you're whore for doing things like that. Even though if you're in a relationship with someone, it's still considered whorish. So I think it just needs to be a deeper conversation as to why it is that she doesn't want to do it and take it from there. But if it becomes a situation where it's just he can't deal with it, don't be with anyone that you know that you're not going to be satisfied with, honestly, because it's going to lead to other things. It's going to lead to you trying to go outside of the situation. It's going to lead to you just not respecting the relationship if you're not satisfied within it. But I would start with the conversation first before moving on to other things.
Okay.
What? Why laughing?
No, I just want to know. I just want to ask a question. Who's calling who a whore for giving their spouse head? That's what
You
I like.
would imagine. You would imagine. I mean, it's not. A lot of people don't really have those
This,
ideologies anymore, but a lot of the old school still think like that.
But they're not
but
calling their mate is not calling them that. Other
right,
people around them are calling them that.
but I
Right.
mean, it's we in 2024. Like head is almost like it's
A
almost
necessity.
it's just like it's hand in hand with sex at this point. If it's more like shit, I know motherfuckers who would rather get head than sex personally. So it's like I want to know who these people are at this point. But asshole, I think it's a bit far fetched.
They're not bad.
I don't think she's an asshole per se, but it's more along the lines of you need to know who you dealing with at this point.
Okay.
Be- because if he requires that and you don't like doing it, y'all don't need to be together. And that's just keeping it all the way a buck. Because for the simple fact, like, I mean, if you had traumatic experiences or like Heather said, you know, that should have been voiced to where like he can make up his mind if he wants to continue to see you intimately or just to continue to be in a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's more so like he done developed some feelings for you. He done, you know, like I said, the sex may be great. So, but he's missing that incentive as well. So I wouldn't necessarily call her an asshole. I would just say you need to do more work on finding out who you're dating as opposed to being called the asshole, I would say.
I
Okay.
agree.
Um,
Meech.
honestly, it's not really a assholish move, especially if she's made it clear, like, this is not something I basically enjoy doing. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
she already like established that beforehand, then it's it's not really a as it's not really an asshole move, but I will say for him to basically point that out and basically quote unquote force her, that would be considered like an asshole move because you're forcing someone to perform an action you that she really is not in tune with doing. But it but if you but if you don't but if she doesn't like doing so, then there's other alternatives she can do to give her mate the satisfaction. She can find ways around that. But for her for her to say that is but for her to ask like is it like an asshole move? I really don't see that.
I don't see it either, honestly.
Y'all ready for mine?
Yeah.
She's definitely an asshole. Let me explain why. Let me explain why she's the asshole.
Oh,
Here's one thing. If y'all was paying attention, she said she didn't know how to tell him at first that she didn't like giving head. But before she told him, she kept saying she would always tell him the next time we hang out, I'm gonna give it to you. But then I would never give it to him every time we hung out. And then she said she
mm,
told him, and he was like, I figured because you always wanted sex if you were going to give me head. And then it was the whole issue of it makes her feel gross. She said when he acts for head, it sounds like it's being forced. So therefore, I feel like when it comes to sex or you with anybody, You guys need to establish what your do's and don'ts are in when it comes to sex before you even take it there, because then you come with problems like this of not knowing who your partner is. So if you are constantly telling a person, yes, I'm gonna give you head next time, I'm gonna give you head next time, and then you don't, you're definitely an asshole for that. Just tell them you don't want to do it and you don't like it. Plain and simple.
That's true. But I don't know,
So in my
sometimes it
opinion,
feels like they're trying to still be a satisfier because they're in a relationship, but at the end of the day, it's like it's still something you don't like.
here's the thing. If you don't like it, say you don't like it. If you continue to do it, even though you don't like it, why are you complaining about it? You can't complain about something you're not telling them that you don't like doing.
True.
Y'all not coming to a compromise because you're not explaining, I don't like this.
That's true.
Just
No
in my
lies told
perspective.
there. No lies told there.
So,
Got to agree with that.
in my opinion, yes, she is the asshole. But you know, that's neither here nor there. Dumb
Um,
boy, did you hear the story? Did you want to chime in?
Before he even answers the question, go to
Mm.
the comments real quick.
okay. Renisha is in the building. She says,
What
"Hey,"
about?
and
Names.
Yo,
Brent is also in the building. He says, "What's up?"
What up, my
What up,
guy?
Brent?
what's up?
What's the
And
deal?
those
What's the deal?
comments.
And y'all can chime in on these stories as well. Yeah. So what? So that, I guess that's the question right now. Is she the asshole for not telling her man she gives head at the
She
beginning
doesn't
stage?
give head.
Doesn't give head at the beginning stages of their relationship. I guess that's the question that we're looking for at this particular point. Is she an asshole for not telling them that she likes giving head at the beginning of their relationship? So we gonna leave it at that. But I think Double A is having some technical difficulties right now, so we're just gonna bypass him on that one and let's move to the next one. Let's go.
All right. Am I the asshole for wanting to end my friendship? Okay, so my best friend, 19 female, let's call her Mia. Me and I have been friends for 5 years, beginning of high school. And recently she's been ignoring me for her coworker or telling me she doesn't have money to do certain things with me, but will go out with her coworkers to the movies or something else. It's affected me because I feel like she's ignoring me or doesn't want to be friends anymore, as well as recently her brother told me he likes me and I don't know what to do with that information. So I'm not sure what to do with Mia because she's done this twice to me. She's been ignoring me and completely dissing me. I understand that she's busy with work, but I asked her when she doesn't work, can we just hang out? She says she doesn't have money, or her parents are sick and she has to take care of them, or she goes to the movies with her coworkers. Would I be the asshole for ending the friendship? Would I be the asshole for ending the friendship?
If she's been avoiding you and you think that's what she's doing, no. Like, shit, skate. It is what it is. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, do you feel it's a relationship that's worth hanging on to? And if you do feel that it's a relationship holding on to, I believe you should pull her to, text her, pull her to the side, call her, whatever you got to do to try to figure out where you guys' friendship stands at this point. Because is this person worth having as a friend, or is just a person that you knew for a season at the end of the day? So if you feel that this friendship is worth withholding because you see this person adding some sort of value and great expertise in your life, yes, it's worth the conversation. But if you feel it's not, see you when I see you.
Okay, okay.
Mhm. Basically, like honestly, it wouldn't be at it wouldn't be an asshole move. I mean, because it's like basically what Jay just said. Like, what what's really the purpose of our friendship? What's really the purpose of our you know, why are we friends in the first place? It's basically what you're saying. If you don't like being around me, like we really need to have like a sit down, so I know how to handle you accordingly. I mean, do I want to stay your friend, is or do we just both go our separate ways at the end of the day? Because you not being around me and I've done nothing to you, it's basically give me that. It's basically like the what, like why is that hanging around my head? And if I have to question the friendship, then it is gonna edge me towards exiting at the end of it all. But first I would definitely have like a a good sit down, because I really want to know what the issue is before I make my initial decision on, do I hang on to the friendship or do I just let it go?
I agree with that as well. And it also depends on how well you know that friend, because oftentimes we do have those friends that will start to pull away for whatever reason, and they may not want to talk about it. They may use every excuse in the book because they don't want to say what's really going on. Um, but it depends on how well you know your friend. Now, if it's a situation where all of a sudden she just started doing this and it's been a constant behavior and you're just done with it, no, you're not the asshole for wanting to withhold your friendship, because at the end of the day, it takes two to be in any kind of relationship, whether if it's a friendship, relationship, whatever the case may be. So if you feel like it's not worth you holding on to that anymore after you put in all the energy and they're just kind of not reciprocating that, no, you will never be the asshole for knowing how worthy your friendship is to someone.
Okay.
Hmm.
Here's my
Dig it.
thoughts. Um, no, you're not the asshole. But if I'm putting so much energy into a friendship and I'm constantly trying to get that level of communication and it's not happening and you're constantly putting me off, I'm a dip. I don't feel like I need to have a conversation with you. I don't feel like we need to discuss anything, because if I've reached out to you multiple times and you giving me excuse after excuse, I'm out. There's no need to say goodbye. No need to have a conversation. I just really feel like at this point you don't value our friendship, because if you did, you would make time for the friendship like I'm trying to make time for it as well. I understand that you want to go and do things with your work friends. You can separate work from friend, and I believe in that. But at the end of the day, I've been knowing you for 5 years, so I know your friends. So to say you got to at least think if you know this person, I've been knowing you for 5 years since the first day of high school. You're Come on now. If you gonna dip out on me and every time you giving me an excuse, you don't want to fuck with me. So I'm just gonna return the favor, not fuck with you, and keep it moving. And I'm not gonna tell you why. If you reach out to me, I don't know if I even will respond back. What just happened?
Keep going.
Nah. And just, at this point, it's one of those. I see you when I see you. That's just how I feel about it.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, with that being said, um,
Double A, did you hear the story? Like,
This is the first thing I heard all show. So
oh, okay.
I guess the IT problems playing musical chairs with us tonight. So
Right.
Literally.
well, like I said, my guy is basically question is
Um, I can reread the story. It's not a long story.
go
okay.
Would you
ahead.
like? Okay, I'll reread it for you. Okay, so my best friend, 19 female, let's call her Mia. Mia and I have been friends for 5 years, beginning of high school, and recently she's been ignoring me for her coworkers or telling me she doesn't have money to do certain things, but will go out with her coworkers to the movies or other things. It's affecting me because I feel like she's ignoring me or doesn't want to be friends anymore, as well as recently her brother told me he likes me and I don't know what to do with that information. So I'm not sure what to do with Mia because she's done this twice now. She's been ignoring me, and I completely understand that she is busy with work. But I've asked when she doesn't work to come hang out, and she says she doesn't have the money or that her parents are sick and she has to take care of them. And then she goes out to the movies with her coworker. Would I be the asshole to end a friendship?
Oh, okay. I will start by saying actions speak louder than words. So I think her actions have shown you that there's no need for you to end the friendship when she's already ended it in so many ways herself. But I think the second part that people got to notice is that we got to put expiration on some friendships. Not all friendships are meant to last forever.
Agree.
And and I know that we like to like take our sandbox homies with us from the bottom to the top, but not everybody can go with you to the top. And with that being said, maybe just that friendship has ran its course. It has gotten you where it's gotten you, and now it's time for you to look at bigger, better seas, bigger, better ships, bigger, better journeys. So it's all part of growth. And sometimes I would love to take all my friends with me, especially the ones I grew up with, got out the mud with. Uh, you know, we was all down, you know, with change in our pockets, growing up together, like trying to, all pitch in 3 quarters to make it, to split a burger from Carl's Jr. Like I would love to take them to the top with me. But at the end of the day, I know that where I'm going, some of them just can't go with me. And maybe it's best that she did choose her coworkers over me because maybe our paths wasn't aligned no more. So um, maybe it's not a loss, maybe it's not a game, maybe it's just I see you when I see you. Sometimes you gotta wish people peace and prosperity, and it's just be at peace with it. So I would just say that I don't think I wouldn't have no ill will feelings about it. I mean, sometimes I think we want to like put 20 on 10 and like think people owe us an explanation of why you don't want to be my friend no more. But I think if she's showing you all the actions of what she's doing, I think you got to now make your determination on as far as doing what you need to do at this point too, and that's
Agreed.
focus on self.
Agreed.
I agree
Okay.
with that.
Okay, now I actually have a issue with that a little bit because my thing is this: if I didn't do anything and you're just all of a sudden, like I said, like double A, we bros. If you just woke up one day and just stopped and just started ignoring me and started like not talking to me, or you shining me off to the left knowing that we used to hang X Y and Z, yes, I think I'm owed a explanation for that if I did nothing wrong.
There's a difference between having an adult friendship and having a high school friendship that goes into adult.
Okay,
And when I
yeah,
say that, we growing up from high school, we was type friends. And one day I decide, and yeah, it's very childish. I think all five of us agree that if something was to happen, we all going to have to sit down and have a conversation with each other. But at the same time, we're all not in high school no more either.
that's a
Our, our,
fact.
our mind frame from high school is a lot different from our mind frame today. So
And let's keep in mind they're only 19, so they are
they
very still
still
childish.
they still
Okay,
Yeah.
very young and still have a lot of growing to do still.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so
But the
yeah,
thing is,
I can understand it from that aspect, from a
but the
younger
thing is
aspect.
this: if we have been friends and we've been cool for so long, because this is what it says in the letter,
Right.
and all of a sudden you get a job and now you jump funny, right? You
Mhm.
can tell me that you busy, and I get you busy. You got a job, that's understandable. But where it messes up the friendship is that every time I ask you when you don't or when you're not busy, you ain't got to go to work. Can we hang out? Because that's what friends do. They want to hang, right? You
Mhm.
tell me no, but then when I'm looking up, you really out with your coworkers.
You're doing that. You're doing
Or
something
you telling
else.
me you ain't got no money to do nothing, but you really out there doing things. When all they want to do is hang. That's a fucking problem.
Some people suck at balancing friendships too.
That's
Some
what I
people
was
don't know
about
how to. I'm sorry,
definitely.
Jay.
I was literally on that page just like I was like, well, you gotta learn how to separate their coworkers from your friends at that. But I didn't
Oh,
want
the
to cut
magic
you
trick,
off.
y'all.
Like, apologies.
Good phrase.
Okay.
Did I freeze?
It was a little bit, Just like tight, just a tad.
Yeah, we could hear you, but you were frozen.
Yeah, we can
Okay,
still hear you.
well, okay, my bad. What, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good?
Okay, well, no, I was just saying me and Double A were kind of on the same page when it came to that because I was like, okay, well, in that case, you should be able to balance your coworkers with your actual friends before you
But
got.
she's not doing that. Her thing is she's only hanging out with the coworkers.
I agree. I agree.
So in that
That's why I was
instance,
like, that's why I
I
said,
don't think she requires reasons as to why I don't want to be friends with you no more. You've clearly set the standard and the stage for that by every time I'm asking, can we hang out? You got an excuse. You say you ain't got no money. I'm just saying, hang. It ain't necessarily got to be we got to go spend money. But you out there spending money and doing all this shit with your coworkers.
I mean, at
It's
the end
what
of the day,
makes it bad. It's the fact that you're willing to constantly go out with other people. Meanwhile, I'm asking you if I can go out with you, and you have all of these different reasons not to. Like, I understand that, and going back to what you guys were saying in regards to being friends with, people from high school and this and that and that, sometimes you can still have those friendships and you guys don't see each other for a while, but you guys still have that love for each other. It's a mutual respect of, hey, I know you're doing your thing over there, I'm doing my thing over here, but we're still cool, still love you, still gonna check in, whatever. But her situation is more so, you keep pushing me to the side completely
And if you're
for these
asking,
people. And
if
it's
I'm
like,
asking you,
whoa, like,
if
who am
you
I?
got free time, can we hang?
It's
When
not
you
like
got free time,
it's not like you're asking for much. Like you basically asking for like the minimum of anything.
and
Just
can you
simply
pay?
just hang
Yo,
out and
baby,
catch
come
up
by
and
with a
whatnot.
bottle of wine. We could chill, just I haven't seen you in a minute. Like, I want to, talk to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, we got to go out and, turn up. And maybe that's, well, no, I won't say that because then she should be using that excuse. But it just sounds like a whole bunch of excuses and not enough reasoning. So, no, my answer is definitely she's not the asshole for wanting to cut the friendship.
I, I, I still feel like y'all demand too much on y'all friends sometimes. And y'all, although like friends are supposed to be there, but friends are human too. So at the end of the day, like you gotta judge what type of friends you have, because not everybody a best friend. Not everybody even should be called a friend. Period. Like some people
That's
should be,
facts.
like
I
sometimes
agree.
we gotta. Sometimes we take these titles too serious, or we take these titles bigger than what they're supposed to be. Like not everybody ain't meant to be called a friend. I'm sorry, y'all. I got wires falling. But yeah, yeah, I just think that sometimes we all put these pedestals on people. You set yourself up for failure every time.
But I guess coming just from this story, I'm just basing it off the story, right? If we've been friends for 5 years,
I mean,
and hold on, just hear me out. If we've been friends for 5 years, and the only thing I ask is, whenever you get some free time, can we just hang out? All I need is a yes. You're not even giving me that. You're just giving me excuses as to why you can't.
I understand. I
That's a bit
understand.
of a difference. So at that point, if I'm constantly just want to hang and I keep getting excuses, at this point, I'm done. And I'm not finna give no reasons as to why I'm not talking to you no more. You'll
I,
figure it out eventually. That's me.
But I see
I'm
where
I,
just
you're coming
not gonna
from,
keep
I,
doing it.
Aaron,
I get
as
it.
far as the putting friends on pedestals, because I don't think this situation applies because it seems like she's tried and tried and tried. But I do understand where you're coming from. Is there's sometimes people do demand a lot from their friends.
maybe this friend need to go get a job or something. Maybe she got too much free time on her hand. I'm just playing devil.
No,
I'm
no,
playing
that's
I'm playing devil's advocate right now. But at the end of the day,
We
if
get
we
it.
don't keep it to what the facts of the story is, the girl's
at
not
the
wrong
age of
for what.
19, yes. You definitely, yes, at the age of 19, I agree.
But you're still
Like, you
exploring
ain't even
life.
at the job as well.
You're
Because,
just
you
about to
know,
get
in high
into
school, you're able.
adulthood.
I guess this is the point I'm making though. I get everything everybody's saying, and all those are valid. My only issue is she's just asking, if ever you have free time, can we hang? But anytime she asks that question, you give her an excuse. You don't say yes. You say, I don't have no money. Or you say, your parents are sick. and these are the excuses you keep giving, if all I want to do is hang, just tell me no. Or
What
say I
if,
don't hang with you.
what if they're legit reasons? What if her parents are really sick? What
Okay,
if
but if you ain't got no money and all I'm doing is asking to hang out with you, you ain't got to spend money. That's the thing.
but at the end of the day, like my money situation really nobody else's business. So the fact I even told you I got no money, at the end of the day, you should respect that too.
No. But as a friend, if I say let's hang out, right? You say I
I
ain't got
hear
no money. Hold on. You say I ain't got no money to hang out. It's cool. We can just hang and chill. We ain't got to go nowhere. We ain't got to do nothing. We can just hang and chill. I think that the thing is, she just wants to genuinely just chill with her friend. I don't think it's anything where it is a money issue. The reason why she brought it up was because you tell me you don't have no money, but you out here going out with your coworkers.
let's be real. I mean, we all got coworkers be like, I got you. Don't worry about it. We work together. I can come to happy hour. I got
Every
you
time,
every time. I
every
got
time.
I got some good coworkers. I don't know about you with y'all coworkers, but I got
I've
some
had
good
those
coworkers.
coworkers. I have.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
at the end of the day,
We just don't
at the end of the day,
go ahead, go ahead.
I'll close my statement by saying I think she needs to prioritize things better in her life. If she can't prioritize coworkers and friendships, I think she's gonna have bigger problems in the future as far as prioritizing more important things in her life as well. So I just think she needs to learn how to prioritize things a little bit better in her life today.
And then also, like, you're going from high school into, again, being an adult. You're right at the beginning of that. So, and I'm not trying to say it as an excuse, but sometimes it does affect how you navigate, friendships, how you navigate life, period, of trying to balance things out. But what the friend needs to understand is what you're saying and then your actions are not, they're not matching up. So in the person who wrote in her defense, it's like, you're telling me this, but I'm seeing this, and it doesn't look good. Basically,
In other
like
words, her feelings is
I've
hurt
been in
because she
plenty of
thought she had a
situations
genuine
like that.
friend.
What
It's
you say?
just time.
In other words, her feelings is hurt really
Yeah,
because she
when
really
you
thought she
really
had a
break it
genuine
down.
friendship, and she feel like her friend is putting everybody and everything over her. In a nutshell, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, I love my best friend. He know that. We don't talk every day, and we damn sure don't see each other every day. But I fuck with him heavy, and I fuck with all y'all heavy, and y'all already know how it is. Now I say that with coworkers, but I'm just the type of person. Yeah, if I ain't got it, y'all got me, and vice versa. Yeah, but I don't think if I ain't got no money, I ain't gonna always go out because my coworkers say they got me. After a while, I'm just be like, you know what? No, I'm gonna sit this one out.
But like I'll be the first to say also that like I don't keep my coworkers at the same level that I keep my friends, associates, or best friends. Like I keep that professionalism with my coworkers a lot different than what I keep people outside of work. So
And,
like,
and and that's another reason why I said I wouldn't be having my coworkers always front the bill for me. That's just weird.
well, I didn't say that's them fronting the bill, but I'm just saying
No.
that
I'm just saying in that aspect, if they
I
were
got you.
paying,
I got
I'm
you.
not going to continue to let them keep paying every time we go out. Because come on now, at some point you got to be like, get in the same excuse you gave me. Nah, I'm busy right now. If that's the case, because then it's like, well, how are you working and you ain't never got no money and I'm always paying for you? I'm just saying. But
With
on
that
that
being
note,
said, let's go to the comments.
Yeah, because we have a whole lot.
Y'all full of shit. y'all want to get y'all closing comments out and then bring it back in and go to the comments. That
no,
nobody else
because
get
we
their
still got
comments
a lot
in.
of stories and we only 30 minutes
I'm
ago.
gonna let it slide.
But whatever.
I'm gonna let it fly.
Let's go. Let's go.
No, if they would have did it, that would have been fine. I'm just saying, shit.
We in the
We only
comments.
on the
We in
second
the comments.
story.
Yeah, we in the comments now. We
All right.
we brought it back in 5 minutes ago. Come on.
Let's go.
All right, let's read the comments. Love is in the building. She says, "What up, beautiful people?"
What up, May?
Brent
What's
says,
happening?
I gotta agree with Patrice. She's an asshole for making the promise to get. Oh, this is for the last question. I'm sorry. She's an asshole for making the promise to give him head and not give it to him when they're together. Okay. Tarea's in the building. She says, "Hey y'all."
What up, T?
What up? What up, T?
Melanin is also in the building. She,
I.
What up,
she says,
Melanin?
nope, friendship is already done. Taria says, Mia has a lazy friend. Her friend doesn't know how to communicate. All relationships require work, and if you're not putting in the effort, then you don't deserve the friend.
That's facts.
Payne is in the building. What's up?
What
What
up?
up,
What up,
Pam?
boy?
He says she don't have to end the friend. She don't have to end the friend. Go do you and be happy without that person around. Life goes on. Just stop asking and hitting that person up.
That's facts.
Melanin says, "Right, Professor." What you were saying earlier. Taria also says, I agree with the professor. She's lecturing today."
Thank you.
Pay says, "Agree, double A. Everybody shouldn't get a title."
That's facts.
Taria says, "I agree. Not everyone is qualified to be your friend. That's why I have a lot of associates."
Right.
Payne says, "I'm a master dipper outer. I don't even give a reason. I just be gone, and I don't even mind if it's done to me the same way." He also says, "My
Yeah.
coworkers and I are like that as well, double A." And he also says, "I also feel what Professor is saying. Sometimes it's just being around someone and cracking some jokes or shooting the shit. A game of bones goes a long way mentally." And he
Facts.
said, "You did."
True statement.
Melanin says actions aren't matching at all. Funny how girls balance boyfriend with no problem at any stage in life, but do their friends wrong. That's not good. I'd let that friend go. Poor girl. Friendship breakups are tough. That is facts. Those are very tough.
I go both
And Sasha
ways.
is in the building. She says,
Thank you,
"Hi."
bro. Hey, Sasha.
Ooh.
What up, Sasha? All right, yeah.
Next door. Next door.
Am I the asshole for putting my baby daddy on child support?
Here we go.
So we have a 12-year-old daughter, and we pretty much switch weeks and try to accommodate her traveling between us. She's a wonderful student and an even better human, but her dad pisses me off a lot. Now, before anything, he's a great dad who tries to be on hand with her when he's not working. He is the stricter one of the both of us, but we do the best we can. See, here's the issue. He makes roughly 80,000 a year. I make 20 to 30 a year. Now he gives me $50 a week for child support, but my expenses are higher than that and what I make a month. Now, we've become really good co-parents, but I'm still apprehensive about asking him for more money on my own. Should I take him to court? Side note, I make almost $60,000 less than him, and I'm able to provide for my child the basic necessities, but she's growing and she requires more financial assistance on my end. Side note, I what is it? Side note, I pay for the majority of everything. What are your opinions and thoughts about this situation?
Have that conversation. No matter how apprehensive you are about it is best that you have that conversation first. Because if you go and put him on child support, it can that co-parenting that you have will be non-existent. It can turn very, very ugly.
Hmm.
I agree. I agree. I would say talk to the man first before you just blatantly just put him on child support, because like Heather just said, just piggybacking off of it, that co-parenting aspect, that great co-parenting aspect, it will become a strained if you just up and decide to do such. And not to mention, like, not saying he will, but a lot of men will probably take the shit out on the child. Like, okay, fuck it, I gotta pay more money, so now I don't have to be there because I pay money. So I would say have that conversation first before you just go down and just do the shit without him knowing. Have a conversation and be like, oh yeah, I need more help because of X, Y, and Z.
Absolutely.
Definitely, definitely is worthy of a sit down instead of just going and and pretty much just acting on putting acting on putting them on child support, because if y'all are adult enough to have like a sit down, I mean, no matter how much y'all piss each other off, like this is like in the betterment of your child at the end of the day, because she's getting out. The child is getting older, and she's gonna have more more needs every year she turns. So basically, yes, definitely a sit down is possible without without it without it getting ugly, because we all know like child support stories, they tend to get ugly. And who suffers at the end of the day? The child.
Okay.
That boy.
Professor.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. If y'all have such a great co-parenting and he's such a great dad, I don't understand what the issue is sitting down and having a conversation and asking if he can contribute more. The fact that y'all co-parent and she stays with both of y'all, I don't know because there's no clarity, but she claims that she buys the majority of things. If he's taking care of her what he needs to take care of in her house, his house, then you're supposed to take care of what's in your house. Now, just like Jay said, you can go to the court and piss this man off and do exactly what Jay said. I pay this child support. This is all I have to do. I don't have to do nothing else. I feel like why be scared to have a conversation with this man about his own child? Another thing too, if you got a 12-year-old child and you saying that all of your financial or whatever you're doing is costing more than what you make a month, baby girl, you need to go get a better job. Because 1 plus 1 ain't equaling 2 in my book. So I feel like you need to have that conversation before you just go trying to put this man on child support, and you need to rethink your situation of I need a better job because your bills should not be totaling more than what you make a month. Even if he gave you child support, your bills are still totaling way more than what you make a month. It's a problem. I don't care how you put it. That's the main problem. You need to get a better job, and you need to sit down and have this conversation with this man. Because if you're just going to go put him on child support because you're scared to talk to him, sweetheart, you got a lot of issues. But that's just my opinion. So boy,
Um, Let me think. Where do I start with this? Okay, I agree with the conversation piece. Conversation is very important. Communicate with the person first. I, I think you guys are wrong for telling her she needs to go out and get a better job. Because courts don't give a damn what you're doing as far as a mother or a father. As long as you're the custodial parent and the other parent's making 80K a year, guess what? The other parent has to step up and make the difference. The courts don't care.
no, I get that.
So, like telling her to go get a better job, that's something morally, that's something that she should do. But the courts don't give a damn whether
But
she
I'm
has
not
a
listening from the
job.
court side.
Okay, but I'm gonna throw myself out there for a second as a person who has been put on child support before,
Hmm.
and the I won't go that deep. Let's just say they don't give a damn how great of a job the father has, how great of insurance the father has, how great of a career the father has. As if the other parent's unable to pick up the slack, that child has to be taken care of by somebody. So just from that point of view, had a conversation. $50 a month ain't cutting it. Um, all real dads is gonna step up and take care of their kids no matter what.
That's
Uh,
false.
no dollar amount is gonna change a real father from being a real father. Um, I won't I'll leave it there, but I would just say this is kind of a trigger for me at first because I hate child support stories because I was once someone who's been on child support. But it gets real ugly. It gets real ugly real ugly fast. Like me said, the only person who suffers is a child that's in the middle of it. Not just because they gotta see, their parents into it, but now they have to see like all the dynamics they shouldn't have to go through as kids. So
No, and that's facts. I feel like when it comes to child support, it's child support, but the child should never be brought into the middle of any of that issues that's going on.
but it's
You know what
always
I'm saying?
the child's always
I
gonna be
know it's
part
going
of
to be that way, but I feel like they should never be brought in, right? My only reason why I said that she needs to get a better job is because if you tell me all of your bills in your household add up to more than what you are making in a month, that's still a problem, regardless if you're getting child support or not.
Yeah.
That
But
that
then,
that was my issue for saying it. I'm not saying on the case of the dad. I'm just saying if you're sitting up here saying that you got a lot of bills and I know you want support from the child's father, that's great. Yeah, get that. And I know how courts are. Trust me. I have a sister that's going through the same issue. But at some point, say for instance, if that dad lost his job and he couldn't pay child support or something like that, you still got to be able to take care of your child yourself.
yeah, and guess what? That court still gonna come after that father for losing his job and not being able to pay his child support. He's gonna
And I get that, but if
he's gonna get
if
his
you ain't
license
got the
suspended,
money,
he'll get warrants. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a lose-lose situation for everybody in the
it
situation.
definitely is. But what I'm saying
So
is, if they
morally, we
can't
can
be
say,
loved,
yeah. Morally, we can say, yeah, she needs a better job to be able to support herself before she even support a child. But at the end of the day, I'm just telling you how the system is set up. The system is going to go after that father to the point where he can't even drive a car, lose his job, potentially get incarcerated, lose a passport.
it's
Like,
definitely shitty.
But I think it's more so because I understand both of your arguments, but I think it's more so of a thing that with all of that happening, there's still those. Okay, so hypothetically, let's say he does lose his job, like he has to pay more. He loses his job and he's going through that situation at that time. In the meantime, she's probably not going to be receiving anything. She has to at least be more stable enough to take care of her child.
yeah.
Like
So
that, I think that's more of the conversation. It's
we
not negating what you're saying.
we all agree about saying morally she probably should have a better job again to not only support herself but support herself and a child. I mean, making
Right.
20K a year is not going to cut. I mean, especially if she's living in California or anywhere on the West Coast.
It's
Right.
a hell of a struggle.
You know, but at the end of the day, like, morally we can say, yeah, man, we probably should start first. We'll talk about, let's find out we can get you better employment somewhere. But at the end of the day, as if I was a father, it's not my job to tell you get better employment. As my job is that, hey, I have a I'm not gonna say a great job. I have a good job that pays $80K a year. Yes, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing for my child in some way, but I am lacking financially in another way. And at the end of the day, I'm not sure if he's just ignorant to the fact that he's lacking financially, or that he just doesn't know that $50 is no longer getting it. And I mean, and who knows is what else he's paying on the back end that doesn't account for in her household. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, $50, I may give you $50 cash, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, my daughter come home with a bag of new clothes every weekend, or brand new kicks every weekend, or brand new school supplies at the beginning of every year.
And
I'm one.
They look
That's
at
a
that
good
as a
perspective as
fucking
well.
gift.
And that's my point exactly. So at the end of the day, we can sit here and kind of put like this big old thing on $50, but at the end of the day, like, I'm still providing for my child in other ways.
No, and that's granted. And I never said that. That's why I said she needs to have that conversation, because you're saying he's giving $50 and you're saying he's doing it where they're co-parenting and she's living with him this time and living with her. So he's still doing something because she still got to have shit while she's at his house, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what I was saying. So that's why I said she morally needs to step up, because you still got to get your household in order yourself.
I mean, she got to be able to take care of herself before she's able to take care of her child. And I'll just leave it at that. So
Exactly. And then we don't even know if he have other kids, because she didn't say that. So that's even another step too.
But at the end of the day, that really is none of her concern either, though. That's
No. What I'm saying is this: you're saying he's only giving 50. We don't know what he's giving. He could have more kids, and maybe she could possibly, I'm just throwing it out there, be like, oh well, maybe he's doing child support, maybe he's doing more, and she don't know exactly. But the thing is this: if you have something good, don't go fucking it up because you're taking advice from the wrong people. When you really need to sit down and just have a conversation with this man and see if he's willing to give you more than $50 a week, which is $200 a month, or tell him you don't even have to give me the money. She needs these certain things. If you just go ahead and provide it, then I'm okay with it. But that's a conversation you need to have. You don't need to just go and just throw him on child support without having a conversation because you're afraid to have it. That makes no sense.
I think the agreement between everyone is, despite other thoughts as well, based on either real shit or just information. Period. Is that she needs to have that conversation, point blank. Period. She before going straight to that, she needs to talk to the man. Is I think that's a agreement across the whole panel. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yep. At some point, you got to get rid of your fears and just be grown up enough and have that sit down, regardless of what you may be feeling at the end of the day. Because if if she's afraid of how the man is gonna take it, then I I I don't know. But I'm like this. You should not be afraid to have a sit down with something that y'all both made together at the end of the day. So fear or not, get over the fear, have that sit down, and I'll leave it at that.
It may not, again, it may not even be a fear. It just mean it's like I just think they have bad communication.
That too.
I don't think it. I don't know.
I think
I don't.
she said fear because of the way she worded it.
Yeah, that was basically why I was going off it.
Yeah. Her saying that she's apprehensive is kind of like, what is the reason behind you being apprehensive? Is it because, are you fearing that it may turn into a tumultuous conversation? Are you fearing, like, what is your reasoning for being apprehensive about it? If the your co-parenting situation is a good one.
Okay. Now, can we have we have good communication and go to the comments, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Taria said, I would talk to him first. Wanisha said, if they're great co-parents, they should be able to sit down and have a conversation. Melanin says she should invest in a more financially stable career. If they have 50-50, she's tripping. Sasha says she most definitely should talk to him first and then proceed if he doesn't want to help her more. Brent says she's an asshole that needs a better job first off. If that man giving her $200 a month and he's not on child support, she needs to contribute to the well-being of the child. They need to have a conversation and get some understanding of the expectations of each other. It's a lot of these. Zakia's in the building. She says, just stopping in to show y'all some love. Hey, Zakia. Alrighty. Melanin says the courts aren't fair. If they stayed out of court 12 years, then leave it that way. He could also say, just give me the child until you get yourself together. She owes herself to do better. His income isn't hers. His bills are probably high too. Courts aren't fair. This one is personal to her lifestyle. Okay. Taria says, I feel like she should have a conversation with him first. She needs to explain what she does financially for the child, because sometimes when you're not the one that's responsible, you don't understand the burden. Since she said he's a good father, I feel like if he's aware of everything she has to do financially, then he would probably be more willing to contribute more financially. If he doesn't, then you can rethink taking him to court. I personally hate when men are put on child support. Into the rest. Okay, and Melanin says exactly, Heather, their responsibility, logic, math, and she has 12, and she's had 12 years. Go to school. She has She has a great co-parent situation with time. Payne says if she didn't go to court, sorry, if she did go to court, she runs the risk of losing as well. And that, I'm sorry, and that
May mean that's what he meant to put.
there we go. And that may mean the child will be living with the dad. I agree, have the conversation. And I agree that she should be trying harder to upgrade her life for her and her child just as much as she is trying to get more money from the dad. The dad also should see that $50 is trash in today's world. And Sasha agreed $50 a week is wild as fuck for a child. And Wanisha said 100. Melanin says $50 is crazy. I feel like something is missing because what exactly is that for? Why is she afraid? Is it because she's leaving out gaps? I'm saying leaving out her gaps are lacking of some sort.
Seems like it in my opinion, but
You guys are extremely talking your shit. It is truly appreciated
Yes,
because
it
I
is.
know that was a very loaded story. So let's move on to the next one.
this one is a little. But am I the asshole for calling my dad a pedo? Me, 15, dad, 38, just dropped a huge bomb. He said he's dating the daughter of his friend who is 16, a friend he used to date too. She is very happy. She isn't very happy about it, and neither are their mutual friends. He vented about it to me, saying they are being unfair to him. I just said, "What did you expect, Jacob Black?" Mom made us watch this movie with her back when they were together, so he got the reference. As he went on about how he did nothing wrong and told me he is going to give them a piece of his mind, I told him most people wouldn't listen to a pedo. That was when he snapped at me. He quickly got in my face and said, "It's not, I don't want to say the word, I'm just going to say pedo. If the girl is pre-pubescent, but this girl is already 16, and that it shouldn't slander, they shouldn't slander him. That she's over the age of consent where they live, and that he hasn't done anything wrong."
I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Um, I'm gonna go since y'all sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you not see that there's a problem when the child, because that's a child, is only a year older than your child? Then the fact that you dated this person's mother too, sir. I don't care what the age limit is in your state. Right and wrong is wrong. She is only 16. She is a year older than your child. I don't understand how you don't see nothing wrong with that. No, you are not the asshole for calling your father that. Plain and simple. Because something about that ain't right at all. That's
She's
my
not wrong because it's the truth. Point blank, period. You are messing with someone who is underage a year. And then that even is worse that you were dating the mother. That means you were around them previous to that. Now it sounds like it's more of a grooming situation. It's just bad. No, you are not the asshole for calling.
I
Not at all.
think
Mm-mm.
I think he dated the mother like probably in high school or something.
Ah,
Because the parents are not together no more. Then he started dating her. So
okay.
yeah,
That's just no matter what.
yeah, that's
No.
just nah, fellas.
You have to be a special breed of insane to think that is right. Be- because you, how you go from the mom to the daughter, who's basically the same age as your fucking kid. I, I, I'm trying to wrap around my brain like, where in the Western Hemisphere of hell did he think that this was right?
I have no idea.
Oh, oh, oh my
Hmm.
god. So but I stand on like no, no. She is not wrong for saying that to her father because it that's basically what everybody everybody in everybody where they stand at is going to be saying at the end of the day because they're gonna be looking at them with the side eye like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, what's really wrong with this picture here?
A lot.
It, they're gonna be saying that all throughout the town. So you can't be mad at you can't be mad. I mean, the dad can't be mad at the daughter for what other people is going to be saying if they see them together.
What do you guys have to say about it?
Hmm. You want to take the lead on this one, or you want, or you?
I think we're all going to agree on the same thing that morally dating someone at that age is wrong. There's no way around. There's no way around that at all. Facts is facts. You're that old dating someone that age. That's wrong. No matter if it's no matter if if the state you're in allows it to be legal, morally, sir, you are in the absolute wrong about that. Now, me personally, I was raised a little bit different. I would never disrespect my father and call him a pedophile or a pedo, excuse me. I will choose to disassociate myself from him. I would choose not to, I can't blatantly disrespect my parents. I don't care how big of wrong they're doing. I will just disassociate myself. I would say, hey, that's him, that's his life. I'm over here. I'm doing this over here. I just think that religious reasons, which I don't want to go into because we don't do that on the show. But also just upbringing, like believe it or not, and again, I'm not here to stir the pot, but I know it seemed like it tonight because it's been that type of show thus far. But we all come from families where it has been some pedal type activities happening long before us. So at the end of the day, like again, morally in this story, the man is absolutely wrong for what he's doing. I'm not siding with the man. All I'm saying is that I wouldn't call my dad that name. I have too much respect for my father, even though he is morally wrong for doing what he's doing. I would disassociate myself and and move
No,
differently.
that's agreeable. You
We get
just
we get it.
you're looking at the part of not disrespecting the dad, but you're on the same side as everybody else where he's
Yeah,
wrong, and
I mean,
that's understandable.
I just think that I don't I can't even when people are people and people gonna make mistakes and people not always gonna see the things the way you see things and
Right.
but you know I was taught to honor my mother and my father. That's something that I always do. Like they created life for me that I never would have had without them, and they made a way for me that I would never have without them. They put a roof over my head for so many years where they didn't have to, even when they
Agree.
did. So at the end of the day, like again, as we get older and we start to form our own opinions, and we start to grow up and we start to believe what we want to believe. Again, I'm not siding from you guys and saying that morally what this man is doing
No, I agree with you.
isn't wrong because it is wrong. I want to stand heavy on that. I want to make sure that we all
You just don't
say
want to disrespect your parent in the
I'm not
relationship.
going to disrespect him
Got you.
just because we don't see eye to eye on the situation. So I wouldn't call him the P word, but
Got you.
I would disassociate myself from him as well.
That's understandable.
Go ahead, Jay.
Well, I piggybacking off of what Double A just said. I mean, I don't think I would disrespect my pops, even though I'm still afraid of him in a sense. So I don't think I would even remotely say anything, but I think I would have a conversation with him on that type of time. Like, why would you even want to go that route? And yes, morally, this is all the way fucked up. But I want to go to the left a little bit and say, why are we not criticizing the girl that's in this relationship as well, though? So what is the situation to where you are even
I
like?
didn't
I'm
catch
pretty
that.
sure.
I'm
No,
sorry,
I
I was
said,
trying to
why,
or you yeah.
why are we not? Yeah, why are we not criticizing the girl in this situation as well?
Mm,
The girl or the girl's mother?
No, the
Both.
girl.
both
I
because
mean,
it's
like I
based.
said,
Let's be
I
clear.
can't even be mad. I can't even be mad. Yeah, of course, the mother is supposed to step in and be like, "Why the fuck are you even fucking with my daughter at this point?" But even the daughter, even remotely, even consenting to this situation of with this man that her mother had a relationship with, why is the girl not being criticized as well? Is the way I'm looking at it as well.
You're
Yes,
absolutely right, but you got to think.
morally, I gotta think. What? Go ahead.
I'm gonna look at. I'm just gonna put you in this standpoint. You're absolutely right. She's a child, though.
What? She
Hold
wasn't a
on.
she wasn't a
Hold
No,
on.
child. She's not a child when she's. Go ahead.
No, no,
go
no.
ahead.
Hear me
Go
out
ahead.
first. When I say she's a child, I'm thinking in this sense. We don't know what was said to him in the sense of what he said to her, because it could have been something where he was, what's the word when they're trying to um
Groom.
yeah, she could have been groomed. So I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying let's think about it from a a mind standpoint. She's still only 16.
So okay, let's put this in
Even if
context.
if it were reversed and it was a woman doing that to a boy, I would still say the
No, no,
same
no.
thing.
Let's put this in the same
No,
context of a common story that we all know of in the singer Robert and the girl that he's now that left and won't go back to her family because she was 16 and she's of legally of age in her particular state, or she was 17
And
and
I also
considered
blame
legal.
her parents. I
You
blame
blame her you blame her parents, but honestly, because she's of age, she's of adult consenting age now. There's nothing to judge or anyone can do to make that girl go back home to her parents. If
no,
she refuses to go
but
back
in the
home,
beginning when she was underage, I still blame the parents because you allowed it to happen.
okay,
Because
but
as a parent, you
at
should be
some
able to
point,
step in, unfortunately. And yes, at some point, if they're being groomed, and then it's just kind of like this is what it is because you can't groom a person, is all I'm saying. No, she does not get a pass. What I'm saying is her
Okay.
logic of thinking might be a little bit different because she's still young minded. I'm not saying she's not wrong. What I'm saying is sometimes when you are of a younger age, your logic isn't always logically thinking because somebody can say something and then you're like, no, oh yeah, it goes that way. No, she's definitely need to be held too. But
Right.
I also fault her parents because you as a parent, I don't give a damn. Sir, back the fuck up off my kid before you get your feelings hurt. I'm just saying the parent being pissed off is not enough. Step in. That's all I'm saying.
But I think it's also a thing where you, as a grown man, know exactly what you're doing in this situation. It's like I get where you're coming from, Aaron, but him being a lot more older than she is and understanding that this situation is wrong and still proceeding with it and making it like it's okay. I'm sorry, but he gets more of the side eye in this situation.
yeah, you get more of the side eye, but at the same time, the fucking girl knows what she's doing as well, being with this man. It ain't like I said, I can understand the whole grooming aspect of yeah, like I don't even want to. I'm not even about to go that deep because I would even say while he was with the mother, probably other shit didn't happen too. But what I'm saying is that at the age of
I think
16,
we're
you
missing
know
a
who
point.
you
Hold
do.
on.
At the
Wait, wait.
age of 16, you know who you dealing with at this point. And quite frankly, you already know the relationship between that man and your mother at this point. So for you to even remotely even consider a relationship with this person,
Okay.
it's still wrong on
Let me
her
clarify
aspect,
this. Let me
regardless
clarify
if
this in
she's a
story.
child or if she's quote unquote logically thinking or anything to that nature.
No, let me clarify something in the story. He dated the mom before he got with the daughter's mom, and they were married. So he hasn't known this little girl her whole lifetime. Like that, like they were together with the mom and then she had the kid and no. he got with her after he divorced from the mom. So I'm just trying to clarify that aspect. It's not like he was with the other girl's mom, and I'm not trying to give no excuse. I'm just trying to clarify the line for y'all so y'all understand what I'm saying.
So there really is no grooming at this point. Then is what you're really saying, because at the time that he did it, the mom, the little girl, probably was nowhere to be around.
Unless what I'm saying is not technically you're right, grooming, but he could have said something to her to be like, well, this was before your mom had you, so it don't count, or some shit like, people is slick, whether it be a woman or a man. People is slick.
When,
All I'm saying.
I'm not gonna open up that can tonight, but we ain't gonna act like women at 16 ain't slick either. But we just gonna leave it there.
I just
We'll
said
move to the comments. We'll move to the comments.
Because I'm about to say, we all see 16-year-olds jump in the car with grown men trying to be faster than what they supposed to be. So
but that's not everything.
Lying about the age and everything.
But like we never
don't. It's never around. But that's not every 16-year-old.
Sorry, Heather. Say that again.
No, I said I agree that they exist, but that's not every 16-year-old though.
It's not every 16-year-old. It's not.
Ooh, that happens. It does.
It's not every 16-year-old, but I don't think the 16-year-olds who are fast, who do jump on cars, they never seem to reap the benefit, or they never seem to reap the repercussions from their decisions. It's always passed off like, well, it's the other person. It's always the other person's fault. Like, when does the 16-year-old take responsibility, or when does the people who are around the 16-year-old take responsibility, like the parents, of saying, hey, I allowed my daughter to be fast. I knew my daughter was fast. I did nothing to make sure my daughter was to slow down and be more on a protective pace. Or, hey, yeah, I knew my daughter was out there doing X, Y, and Z. Or, hey, as a 16-year-old, I knew I was out there doing X, Y, and Z. At what point now the blame goes somewhat on me as well? It never falls on the little girl. Or it never falls on I won't even call her a little girl, because at this point we talk about someone who's technically an adult making adult decisions in her state. So at the end of the day, like, hey, if you out here at 16 years old playing with guns, doing drugs, breaking the law, at some point you have to pay the cost to be the boss, and that means you might have to go to jail. You might have to.
If it was 16 in another state and where she wasn't considered an adult, would that change the fact?
It would change a little bit. At the end of the day, now I have to go after her parents. I have to go after her guardians.
So then it don't fall on her, right? That's what you're saying. It don't fall on her.
In the story it said that at 16 she's
no. You guys flipped the story, so I'm flipping it back. I'm asking a question. If it wasn't in a state where she wasn't technically considered an adult,
but you're asking does
that change anything? Is what I'm asking, because of what you just said.
You're doing a hypothetical on something that's not regarding the story though. But yes, if she's in the state, if she's in California, we know the consenting age is 18. We know that, right?
All right.
So
my question was, if she was in a state that she wasn't considered an adult at 16, does that still change the fact? That's not a hypothetical. That's not changing the story.
But
I'm simply asking the question based on what you just said.
It still doesn't change. It still doesn't change.
It doesn't change the fact.
That's what I was asking. He said yes, so I wanted him to explain to me, how does that change it?
It shifts a little bit. It shifts a little bit because at the end of the day, now like your guardians come into play. When you're an adult, everything can solely fall on yourself at that point. So when you're considered an adult, I can't go after your guardians no more because you now have adult consenting rights. Now, when you're still a minor, guess what? I have to go after the people who are now considered your guardians.
So in some states where 15 is considered legal to have sex with an adult and 14, that still makes it okay?
No, again, morally, I don't think none of that stuff is okay. But if the law says you can do X, Y, and Z, and you're doing X, Y, and Z, eventually you have to be held to that standard as well. Guess what? In some states, there are black boys being tried as adults and going to adult prisons and jails at the age of 16 and 15 years old. There's kids who actually put out guns and actually killed other black kids. And guess what? Them black kids got tried as adults in jail. So they now have to pay the cost of making those decisions of playing with guns at a young age. I can't go after their parents no more. In their state, they're tried as adults because they are of age of being adults.
But that's
And
what
it's
my question. My
it's
question asked, did it change whether they were being an adult? You said yes is the reason why I asked that question, because you said, oh, now because they're not technically considered adult at 15 or 16 in this state, it changes. Why would it change if she's still 16 or 15 and doing what she's doing? Then it should be that way across the
okay.
board, not just the parent. That's why I asked that question.
I'll say this, and I'll say this, and I'll end my conversation with, or I'll end on this. I think it's not. It's a federal law change that needs to happen. I think across the board, federally, the law needs to be one standard across the bar. I think as long as you live in the United States, I don't think it should be by state. I think that the age of consent needs to be 18, and or even we probably should push that out even further to possibly 21. But
Thank
yes,
you.
I
Thank
think that no matter what state you're in, if you live in what's called the US of A, the United States of America, I think the consenting age should be one age across the board. I don't think that we should have an age in California versus an age in Chicago versus an age in New Orleans or wherever you're at in the world. I think that as long as you live in this country, there should be one consenting age, and I think that's a federal change that needs to be changed, and not a state that needs to be changed. And I'll just leave it at that.
And that was my question, because I just want to know whether, being at the age that you can make that face all you want, don't make a difference to me. At the age of, if they are this age in the state that
you.
requires them to be legal, or at an age that they're not legal, I don't think that the age difference makes a difference. It should be that across the board. If she's considered an adult at 16 in this state, but not in this state, still, if you feel like because she's 16, if she's 16, she's 16, regardless if she's considered adult or not. That's why I asked that question.
Got you.
Okay.
That's why I asked that question. But go ahead.
Let's bring it back. I'm gonna go to the comments, and then we're gonna move on to the next story because we did spend a lot of time on this one. Let me just get up to the top. I did inform everyone that it was a trigger warning due to the content. Melanin says, Jesus, that's disgusting. Taria says, nah, that's all wrong. Wenisha says, what the fuck? Mentally disturbing. Melanin says, that's a baby. Why the mom haven't called the men in the family? Baby, my uncles, brothers, and cousins will ride at dawn. She also says, agreed. I'ma just stay to myself. Never disrespect my parents. Sasha says, I don't agree with that. You can't, on one hand, know it's morally wrong for a man to deal with a 16-year-old because she is a child, but then on the other hand, think that she can be held accountable the same way as a grown woman. She also says, morally, it doesn't change no matter what state the child is living in. And that's it for the comments. Let's move on to the next.
Am I the asshole for using the hall pass my wife gave me? Okay. I'm in a tough situation right now. My wife had a 6-month affair in the 7th year of our marriage and got caught. It was a shocking and devastating thing, obviously. She offered me one hall pass for each month of her affair. It took years of marriage counseling to get back where we were previously. I used the hall passes my wife gave me at the beginning of the reconciliation. I slept 3 times each with 2 different women without my wife knowing. When she gave me the passes, she put several rules. One, she would not know the use of the hall pass unless she asks. Two, I should answer her questions honestly and in detail if she asks. Three, protection is a must. And four, no emotional connection. I obeyed all these rules, and I am going to be very honest here. It helped me subside the resentment I had toward her. That is just that's just how getting even feels, I guess. Not not that it's a great thing, but it's a fact. It has been 5 years since everything, and we were doing great. Last week, she decided to ask me about hall passes out of nowhere. I was honest with her, and she asked, as she asked. I answered every question she asked. Maybe I shouldn't have been honest, thinking now. She does not even look me in the eyes now, and in a depressive state. I know this calls for another marriage counseling for us and maybe individual counseling too. I did not even remember the hall passes and women before she asked, but I feel like shit now. Was I the asshole for telling her the truth?
No.
It's what she agreed upon, honestly.
My
That
point
was
exactly.
that
And
she
that's and that's what that she waited out. Technically, I go her because technically it was in the parameters that she can ask about the hall pass whenever.
oh, well, he'll be
Te-
back in a second.
We'll be
yeah,
back, you guys.
technical
Anybody else want
difficulties.
to?
To be
Internet playing with all
honest,
of us tonight, y'all. So just be
Yeah,
patient with us.
yeah, just bear with us.
we're
Internet
playing
will let
musical
us be
chairs.
won't let us be great. But to answer that question, if she's gonna get mad for something that she asked for, then she is a fucking idiot. And I'm like this. He 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 can't be wrong because he, he's telling her the honest truth. Like it was basically a stipulation with the hall pass. Every when it got used, like okay, use a hall pass. You gotta be honest with me when I ask for the truth, and you can't be mad at something you asked for. Like I said, if she gonna get mad about for she gonna get mad for him being honest, then she is an idiot. I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry. Don't don't be mad at something you asked for.
I won't necessarily say that she's an idiot. I would say more it's selfish a bit because again, you set the rules of to make up for what was done, and you can't get upset when it's the you said it this way, point blank, period. And also, if it wasn't a situation, if it honestly wasn't a situation that you never wanted to hear about, then what started the events shouldn't have happened either. So it kind of, at the end of the day, it goes back to you. It honestly still falls back on her. And you shouldn't feel like the asshole about talking about it. But I honestly think, I guess the real question is, should that have even been an option?
No, that's exactly what it never should have been. When you found out she cheated all them times, that should have been relationship over at that exact point at that very moment, or marriage over at that exact point. I'm not now in debt to no hall passes. Bring back traditional weddings or bring back traditional marriages again because I am not playing. The moment you step out this relationship or this marriage, we are through. There's no counseling. There's no hall passes. No, I'm not falling for that. All that is you the door of infidelity has been opened, and now the door of divorce is now closing. So at the end of the day, I'm good. Like I don't want no hall passes. I don't want to now. Why do I have to cheat back on you with your rules to settle your score of your wrongdoings? That makes zero sense. Like I'm good. Like no, I don't want to re-cheat. I don't want to cheat on you to fix your wrongdoings. That just sounds dumb to me.
Right.
Exactly. It's her. I believe it's her way of at least trying to like salvage salvage the marriage or some
No,
sort.
it's her
Right.
way.
It's
It's her way of not feeling
controlling the
bad.
relationship.
It's manipulating her, manipulating him for not feeling bad for her stepping out all them times she stepped out. So now she wants to allow him to, dangle the rope of cheating his damn self. But at the end of the day, it's just at the end of the day, you're still giving me all these rules. I didn't give you rules when you stepped out and cheated. You
Right.
did what the hell
And,
you wanted to do. I didn't say you
and
Right.
go.
Mhm.
Talk your shit, because
And
that's exactly the issue here. It's like that's why I said it's selfish. You
It,
took it upon yourself to step out of the situation, do what you wanted to do, and then in return, it's almost like you know what, I'm gonna allow you to have your moment.
allow you.
However, you need to do this, and this. That is hella selfish.
Girl, fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
Here's the thing.
She's being puppeteer at this point.
Here's my thing. She wants to control the relationship because here's the thing. Has she not got caught, he would have never got a hall pass. Let's just keep it where it is. He literally said she got caught, so then she gave me a hall pass for every month she cheated. And if you think about it, he still had one left over. But I'm just saying. You said he slept with the 2 women 3 times. That's 6. I mean, he got one left over. But I was always taught, don't go looking for answers. Don't go looking for things that you didn't want the answers to, because you're going to find some shit that's going to make you mad. At the end of the day, you did what you did. You gave him these hall passes, and now you mad at the fact that he used it, or you thought he was just going to be on some, nah, because I love you so much. No. If you got to cheat on me, get the fuck on. Plain and simple. Like,
Basically.
You mad at me for what? I got to sleep with this person or these people 7 times. You slept with them for 7 whole months. Your math ain't mathing.
I'm taking my hall pass and find me a new school to go to, because these halls is tarnished.
Your math ain't mathing.
I'm checking out of this. I ain't learning shit here.
He said, "Fuck a hall pass. We need a transfer."
I don't like these walls. I don't like these walls anymore.
I know.
I don't want to touch these walls anymore. But
literally,
I'm gonna say exactly. Literally, we here, my guy. But
my nerves.
I'm gonna say, like, she opened herself up for more heartbreak. Like, she opened herself up for more heartbreak as opposed to letting him have these hall passes, because, like I said, people have said, and we have said on this show many times, that men can cheat and not be attached emotionally. And quite frankly, when women cheat, it is some more times than others, I should say, it is emotions attached to it. Now the thing is, when he went out and did him, he probably did it with intent of just getting back or whatever. But she's picturing everything that this man done did with these women, and possibly done went far and beyond. So now she's upset because she's having a Morris Chestnut moment at the altar right now, because she's picturing everything that this man did. What? That's what she's doing. Like,
I know it's just funny as hell.
I'm done with you.
The best man.
I'm just thank you. I'm just saying, like, when he said, "Oh yeah, I slept with Teresa,
Harper.
and we went to Teresa, and I had her do this and this, that, and the third." So you already know more questions is coming. Oh, well, did you do the move that we did when you first met me on the night we consumed our marriage? Oh yeah, I did that too. And then now she picturing her and the sounds and faces that she's making. So now it's pissing her off even more, like the way, and now she's crying, and you know what I mean. So it's just a whole lot that's going on. So now I personally think, like, why?
It's him like that's the best man for me.
That was very, very descriptive, sir.
I'm pretty sure she was having Morris Chestnut moments. Like, you know what I'm saying? He like, so did you do this, that, and the third? She was like, yeah. Now she thought, now she crying and she listening to. I can't even get my shit out, man. All to the best, man.
You the one over here with all the damn
visuals, sound effects.
Visuals and sound effects and shit.
I'm definitely clipping that one though, by the way, bro.
What's that?
I'm definitely clipping that, by the way.
Oh yeah, this is what this is why I say shit like this, so you can clip it. I'm kind of mad I haven't been clipped yet, but anyway, yeah, on to the comments. Let's go.
Pause. Jesus.
Yeah, pause. Good point.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. Wenisha says no, she asked and agreed to it. She also says she started everything off. And she also said, why are they still together if they feel the need to cheat in hall passes?
Mm-hmm.
Taria, oh, sorry, hold on. Where did it go? Here we go. Taria says, I'm with Double A on this one. Wanisha says she wanted to gild him and take the heat off of her. Facts.
And failed. And failed.
Sasha says, also, I agree with Double A. Payne says, the new school to go to is Wild Work.
That's that's definitely getting
Sasha
that's
said,
definitely getting
Jay,
clipped
that
too.
moan was top tier.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I'm lying. Okay, I'm not
That
sorry.
was
But go ahead. Next story.
All right. Just keep
Woo!
in mind, none of these stories have a theme, so every story will not be connected to the other. FYI. This one is called "Am I the asshole for pointing out my girlfriend's bad hygiene?"
No.
Uh,
Damn.
No.
Not even
Can I read the
No.
stories first?
not even
Fuck
having the
that
story
story.
read.
I know
The
you're
Okay.
not,
answer is
but can I
already
read the
no.
story first?
Yeah, but I'm gonna let you read, but let me get this out real quick.
Oh Lord,
If
have
you
mercy.
if I stunk, y'all gonna tell me I stink. Regardless of
Kanye, Kanye, let her get her speech
Let
off.
me finish first. Dang.
Oh, God.
Although y'all
Damn.
gonna be pissed off after hearing this story. I, male 28, have been with my girlfriend, female 27, for 7 months now and went full exclusive 3 months ago. She's everything smart, kind, caring, and drop dead gorgeous to me. However, she has worse hygiene than a Neanderthal. That's bad. She lives in a studio apartment and it's so small. Since we started dating, I've avoided spending time there because it's always dirty. But I never said anything because it's her place. She does not shower often and has strong body odor. Like bad enough that I won't have sex with her unless she's recently showered. Here's where it gets bad. She's on her period, and 3 days ago, she was having a really rough day. So I called her and asked her to come stay at my place until she feels better. I told her that I will cook and take care of her and allow her to rest. She took a week off from work because it was so bad. She came to my place and didn't bring any feminine hygiene products. I have to run to the store at 3 a.m. to get her stuff because she's been wearing the same pad for so long that it leaked on my bed. I didn't say anything as she's stressed. The next day I came home from work and she had the pad from the previous night on the bathroom floor without it even being wrapped. I was pissed and called her out and said, "Hey, that's gross. I don't want to look at that while I go use the restroom." She got really mad and said I called her gross. I clarified that having a period is not gross and it is a natural thing, but leaving a bloody pad on the floor of someone home is nasty. She lost it and said I made her feel gross and bad. Was I an asshole for calling her out on it?
No, absolutely fucking not. She deserved to be called out on that shit. You done bled on my 2,300 thread counts. Now, quite frankly, I am very upset at this. So
Yep.
now I probably have all type of stains and shit. I'm no, you are not wrong, bro. You need to. You should. I personally, in my opinion, you probably should have told her some time ago that she wasn't there all the way. Because, like I said, I mean, you said that she doesn't shower often, so now it's kind of like, bro, for real. So it's like you just letting her just go on dates. And go ahead, bro. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
These are two women dating, right?
No,
No, it's a
Oh,
man and a woman.
it's a man and a woman.
okay, never mind.
It said he was 28 and she was 27.
I thought it was two women. Sorry.
No.
But yes, you are
Not
you
that it
know
would
what I mean?
make a difference.
It really don't. But
It
that's shit.
really
It's even
don't.
worse if it's two women. But at the same time,
Period.
No, it wouldn't. Well, I want to know what store open at 3 o'clock in the morning because I need to find that store.
We got a 24-hour CVS over here.
I'm about to say CVS, Walgreens, depending on where you
We
at.
got both of those actually.
Walmart.
I mean, up
Walmart.
here it's none of that. But anyway, but I'm just saying. So, but yes,
Mitch, what Walmart is 24 hours?
There's some that actually exist. I don't know. I don't know
Cause
out
they ain't
here.
out here no more.
I don't know if after the pandemic, I know
I
there was
mean,
one in Long Beach or was it Lakewood that was 24 hours. But it may have changed after COVID.
Cause we ain't got them out here no more.
And I say everybody loses
Not out
sight.
here, but they are in different parts of California. I know that much.
I'm gonna say everybody's worried about Walmart's being open and CVS is being open. This motherfucker said she left the pad on the floor and walked out. How? What you gonna teach the children if y'all had them?
No, y'all missing a whole entire point.
Y'all missing the whole entire point.
Here's the thing.
Okay,
No. Let me break it down for you. Y'all been dating for 9 months.
Yep, that's where I was.
How
about
the
to-
hell are y'all dating for 9 months and her hygiene is that bad? And then you decide to make it exclusive 3 months after, 6 months, 3 months after dating, or whatever the case may be. You knew from the beginning that her shit was wrong. First of all, you don't even want to go to her house because you say it's nasty. Why are you still with this woman?
It shouldn't surprise you that she would do some nasty ass shit like that.
You
if
say
were
her house already always
aware
dirty.
of how
I'm not
nasty
gonna say-
she was.
Yeah,
I said that. I said in my opinion,
And
you should have
he
told her
said
that a long time ago.
I mean,
Not to mention the
you couldn't have
fact
said
that-
that shit.
How the hell you go? You
I mean, you couldn't have said that shit like
You
from
on your
the
period.
jump.
You come with no type of nothing. You wearing the same shit. You take it. That's just some. Let me tell you how. I don't even understand how you say you won't have sex with her unless she just recently showers. Sir, you shouldn't be having sex with her at all. Because that tells me a lot of things. That means she don't go get her thing checked at the place. The OB, the G, and the YN. Or none of that stuff. So ain't no telling what's up in that. Lord, if you put. Listen, you are not the asshole. You should have been told her. You are the asshole because you should have been told her a long time ago. You shouldn't have waited so long to tell her.
That's my whole argument right there. Like it ain't gonna take me
You never
9
waited
months.
so long to tell her.
It don't take me 9 months to figure out you stink, that you got poor hygiene, that you don't take care of yourself.
9 whole months.
Like I would have figured out day one, like, oh, you don't shower.
Like,
Or first time I go to your house, like, oh, you don't clean up around here. You don't vacuum your floors. You only got one pad, but you got a whole 7 days worth of menstrual cycles coming on, and you don't have no, and like you're not planning on going to the store no time soon. You're not about to Uber Eats or nothing, no pads, huh? Like, I mean, I just think you missed all the red flags, literally.
Your funky ass out.
Wait, you missed all the red flags until the red one hit the floor and sat there for a long time. It took you 9 months to find the red flag laying on the bathroom floor for you to be like, okay, she's no longer the one, sir.
Damn.
You need to go get your eyes checked because it was clear red flags.
Sir,
bruh, if I were you, I would have had an Uncle Phil moment. And whenever Jazz says something stupid, wait for it. Ah!
I'm not
Get
playing.
get her ass the fuck up out of there.
the
Jazzy
fact that you sound like you just nutted is crazy.
Hey, we had Gerald brought in earlier. Now Misha,
Nut.
Whoa.
y'all crazy tonight, boy.
Hey yo.
Oh wait, they said other stories are related, so y'all good.
Real funny.
Reddit got some stories, y'all.
But no, I'm just saying, like, he probably need to go get his head checked out his damn self because it don't take that long to figure out that this person ain't all the way there hygiene wise either. So
that's a fact.
If I'm hugged up,
check.
If I'm hugged up underneath you, I know you smell it, I smell it, and like, oh, this ain't the first time I ain't smelled this.
Right.
Yeah. Like something's a little sour in here, sweetheart. And it ain't
I don't think sour. I think something a little fishy.
It's sour.
It's
might be sour.
It's something a little sour in the atmosphere.
Might be fishy. Might be spoiled. Maybe rotten.
It's dead. It's basically deceased.
It's dead.
It's unalive.
Damn.
Coochie just dead, huh? Okay.
Let's make our unalive selves in the comments then, because I think we said it all at this point.
Okay.
Basically, yes.
Alrighty. Renisha says no. Hell no. I'm sorry. She need her ass beat. Who raised her? And what the fuck? She too damn grown for that shit. 27. Yeah, way too grown. Sasha says I'm looking at him funny because how are you with this nasty bitch?
Sasha, such vulgar. Go ahead.
She said he's not an asshole. He's a hero.
Not,
A
not he,
hero.
not he a firefighter. He out here saving lives.
Man.
Now he's
Right,
serving.
right.
Now he's
Fire-
serving. He's
A
serving the country.
firefighter is a fucking hero.
Yep,
A
yep.
firefighter is a hero.
Oh, he out here preventing forest fires, huh?
No, he out here saving the country.
Anyway, Wanisha, she agreed with Sasha and said 100. Sasha says he's wild for even having sex with her. Wanisha says the house alone would make me run. Payne says, man, look here, I'm cussing. I'm telling that her mama too, because why the fuck she don't know how to do woman things? Taria says, but like on a real note, how the hell you stay with her? Both of y'all asses is nasty.
That's
Agreed.
facts.
True statement.
And about the Walmart thing, Payne says Long Beach has a super Walmart that's open 24 hours.
You would know that, sir.
Right.
Wanisha says, girl, for real. Oh, damn. Sorry. There we go. Payne says, but for real, that's on him. He should have exited stage left a long time ago. He need his own ass whooped.
True statement.
Taria says he's not an asshole. He just saved the guy from dealing with her nasty ass. He's a hero. Correction, he saved the next guy. Wanisha says worse than two skunks fucking in an onion field. Jesus.
How do you know what that smells like?
That don't sound.
Eli is officially in the building.
How you know
What
that
up,
smell like?
What up,
Late,
bro?
sir. Eli says, I know it smelled like iron, earring backs, and 7-Eleven hot dogs at 6. The first day she walked out smelling like a homicide, I'm yelling out, you filthy bitch, and throwing a bar of soap at her. This why bullying should be allowed a little bit. I mean, damn. And he's out here going deep sea diving on a hot Tuesday at that. Nah, man, I'm cool. And yes, I know I wrote a novel. Clearly, you did.
Real quick, Heather, it's biatch, not bitch. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Biatch. Click it together 2 times.
Yeah.
Make it look believable.
Yeah, it's biatch. Just
My
so you know.
bad.
But go ahead.
Wanisha says worse than two
She meant two skunks.
slits
She meant two
growing
skunks.
in an onion field. Y'all are really going in on these motherfuckers.
What's the
Eli
iron?
says, huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Anyways, Eli says he might be the forest fire meat. What the fuck?
You might be the forest fire.
Heather.
Damn.
I can't read
Heather.
right now. I really can't.
It's an onion
Damn.
field.
I kept trying to say it. Okay. Onion
You got
field.
tongue time. We get it.
Onion field. Now it's out. Payne says, doubles, don't do me like that. Double A. Wanisha says, it's a saying my brother always said, LOL.
Oh,
And
okay.
Eli says, I bet police survey them for when they want to create new pepper sprays. Wow.
Damn. Damn.
Wow.
Eli is officially in the building.
Eli. We need that laugh.
Next story.
For real.
Okay.
This is causing a lot of conversations.
Am I the asshole for
Oh, we love
asking
it.
my girlfriend for proof of her pregnancy? I, a female, just graduated high school and am going to college in the fall. My girlfriend, 17, female, will be a senior this year. Yesterday, she told me she's pregnant. At first, I felt sick, but then I was like, what? How? I used a condom every single time. You might not believe me, but I swear I did. I know condoms aren't 100%, but I never had a condom break, come off, leak, nothing. So I don't really see how this is possible. I told her I won't believe her until I see a pregnancy test. And even if she is pregnant, I won't believe it's mine until I see a DNA test. I mean, if it's true, I really got her pregnant, I'll be there and support her, even if it totally derails my life. But I honestly know how I don't know how I could have gotten her pregnant. She's been really sad about me graduating and leaving. She cried on my last day of school, so I feel like this has something to do with her just wanting to keep me here or something else. Of course, she cried and called me an insensitive asshole and isn't talking to me right now. She could have sent me a pic of the test, but I've seen nothing. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend I won't believe she's pregnant until I see a positive pregnancy test, and I won't believe a baby is mine until I see a DNA test?
No, no, you're not an asshole. There's nothing else for me to say. Honestly, everything that you said in this story is sensible at this point. Because the man said that he's used protection, he's never had leaks, he's never had, anything to the source, and he said that also if the baby is his, come to find out, he will take care of it. So what's wrong with covering the back end of what you think is possibly not yours at the end of the day? If a grown man, if a 25 and a 24-year-old would have said this, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But because he's fresh out of high school and she's still in high school, we gonna sit up here and act like that this is a wrong statement. No, he's not. No, he's not wrong. He's not an asshole for that. I personally believe yes, you should figure out if is it yours and if she really is pregnant.
Okay.
Continue.
Reached away.
Honestly, it's nothing wrong for being assured the fact, like you want to be 100% sure in the case. I mean, even though it's like he basically said it in a nutshell, like he used protection and everything, but I don't know. It's just more so like a assurance thing. I don't know, but but in another perspective, it could be like basically try to keep his claws into him at the end of it all.
What if she was out there cheating? Then what?
And you might want to go ask that man for it and confide into him that yeah, I'm pregnant. So what are you gonna do about it?
I'm just saying she was so mad about him leaving. What if she was so mad to where she went out and stepped out on him, and she realized that dude wasn't shit. Now she want him to take care of her and her baby because she knows he's a good guy. Then what?
I think it's several ways to look at that, honestly. It could be that she could have said to him that she was pregnant only to get him to sleep with her and then she get pregnant. But here's the thing, I don't necessarily think it's not really what he said, is how he said it.
Yeah.
It's not what he said, is how he said it. And I just think that the conversation probably didn't go the way she wanted it. And it wasn't sensitive enough to say, well, um, we never had an issue with the condom. I don't understand how this would happen. Yes, he said he would take care of it. And, just for clarification for me, I just need to see a test to make sure that I see something positive. And then I would also want a DNA test just to make sure it's mine, because there's no way that anything could have happened considering it's a lot that goes in there, but you got to have that conversation. But I feel like if you just go, I need to see a pregnancy test, I need a DNA test, I'm not claiming nothing until it's mine, until I know it's mine, it's a little insensitive. I think it's just the way it was said.
If we boyfriend and girlfriend and there's never no infidelity or trust issues in a relationship, and I tell you that I need you to provide me with a DNA test plus a pregnancy test off back, all the trust that we have built up in a relationship is now gone.
Okay, wait. What if we take out DNA test?
Even then, like, I want you. It's insensitive for me to be doing adult activities and then come back to you and be like, I don't believe that you're pregnant. I want you to show me proof that you're pregnant. When yet I knew what I was doing when I put my covered up penis inside of you. There's always a chance that there's a chance. There's always a small chance.
That effective for something. When you anyways, and I get that. I just think
I agree with your original statement. I think it's insensitive for him to have that conversation off back like that. Like I don't think that when a woman you're dating, a woman you're married to, a woman you're committed to, comes to you and have these priceless moments of like, hey, I'm pregnant. I think she's looking for a positive reaction out of you as far as like, okay, yes, great. We're going to do this. We're going to be parents. Like, this is going to be a wonderful time. And you ruin that whole moment like, hold up, bitch. Let me see that DNA. Let me see that.
Say all that. He didn't say all that, but
he didn't say it.
But
he
at the
didn't say
same
it.
time,
But at the end of the day, like I think he has the wrong intention in his mind already. The fact that he's
asking for a DNA test.
Although he's graduating, leaving high school, and probably going on to start his college career somewhere away from her because she's still in high school, of course. I think he looked at the whole aspect of it wrong instead of being like, okay, like the professor said, I think he's a little insensitive. I think the conversation should have went a lot differently than how he phrased it.
Okay.
And then we also got to remember, if it was through text, I'm just saying, hold on, to clarify, text does not give emotions the way a conversation would if you actually hear a person talking, too. Mm-hmm. So you have to be careful in the way that you text contexted people because it can be perceived the wrong way as well.
All I'm saying, and all I'm going to say is this: if he's, because you just said he graduated high school, so which means he's 18. So maybe logically he's not thinking of it of being is insensitive. Maybe he's not in touch with his feminine side to where he knows how to be insensitive to the particular conversation.
That's granted, but at the same time, that's what we're saying. She's saying it's insensitive. But what I'm saying is, even though you don't know if it's insensitive or not, certain things that you can say a certain way that can automatically go from 0 to 100, or if you say the same thing but say it a different way, you get a different response from it. And his response was, "I need proof. I need a DNA test."
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, if the man said we've never had issues with this condom, think of the mental that he's having, like oh. If we never had problems with the condom, I've never had breaks, slips or falls or, whatever it is. Now, all of a sudden, this girl is coming up pregnant talking about.
Have you ever used a condom that you didn't know had a hole in it?
Have I ever had a condom that had a hole in it?
Have you ever used a defective condom that didn't have a hole in it, that had a hole in it, is what I'm asking.
No, my dick ain't that big, so no, I've never. It's never been like that.
I'm only saying,
and I've always brought my own shit to the.
What I'm saying is this: there are some condoms that people buy that are defective, and you not know it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
but like that's
a possibility.
That's why there's a disclaimer on the back of the condom box that says that even using this product, it's only a 90.98% of
right, and he's perfectly aware of that, But my thing is this. Go ahead.
When you sign, when we go out the country and you decide to sign this waiver, you're gonna sign your life away to go zip lining, parasailing, whatever you decided to do on these activities of risking your life, much like you decide to have sex to the point where you can like bring in a new life into this world. These are the things you're signing up for. And at the end of the day, this is why my parents used to tell me, you out here doing adult things, it's going to come with adult responsibilities. I'm sure all of us has probably heard that at some point in our lives before. You out here drinking, you out here smoking, you out here doing X, Y, and Z. You want to be grown, don't you? Well, these grown activities going to take some grown responsibilities and some grown reactions after a while. So I just think that, again, I'm not saying he's wrong I think that he's not wrong for asking to see X, Y, and Z. I just think there was another conversation that should have been had. His delivery was wrong. I don't think the response right after she's saying that she was pregnant, his response at that very moment should have been, show me the proof. Because at the end of the day, like if we've been in a relationship all this time, and again, my original point was, if there was never no infidelity, if she never stepped out before, why all of a sudden do I think that she stepped out now, although I've always used a condom? Why do I think that she's lying to me about a pregnancy and possibly the baby being mine if she's never lied to me before? Like, that's kind of extreme to me. Like, although, yeah, I am going to college and you'll be in college in a few years after me. But at the end of the day, like, yes, I know young girls have done crazy stunts, but I think that's a little extreme if we never had any problems of infidelity or any trust issues at this point. I just think the conversation should have been like, okay, congrats to us. And I think that the delivery after that should have been a lot differently. You know, like, hey, I know I'm going to college. I know you're still in high school. You know, where do we are we pro life? Are we pro choice? Or what do you feel is the best option for the both of us? I think that the conversation should have been a lot different than I'm from Texas and I'm from the show me state of where's your proof?
That's St. Louis, by the way.
Damn.
But anyway, I'm just saying.
Sorry.
I'm just saying, if you were 18 and your girlfriend just came out of nowhere talking about she was pregnant and this, that, and the third, and regardless if you go to college or not, you haven't had this problem. Yeah, but see, you say, yeah, we haven't had a problem as far as infidelity is concerned. But what if but you don't know if she was out there doing anything and you just didn't catch it yet.
But that's also the same thing of what I said was she could have just said she was pregnant to get him to sleep with her without the condom because she's pregnant now, quote unquote. And then she really gets pregnant. It's a lot to go with that. You get what I'm saying?
It could have been a trick bag.
Yeah. To say you're pregnant to get him to sleep with you and then you really end up pregnant and then now you can,
But like again, why are we? Well, again, they're kids, but why play the games like that? We got all like if we have all our life to kind of grow up and go through college and
unfortunately, if you look back on some of these things that these kids in the years that have passed, you've had girls who had pregnancy packs where they planned to get pregnant at a certain age. So it could have been conversations she's had with friends. Well, maybe if you tell him this, it's a lot that comes into play with that. And I'm only saying that because we literally have had these shows where you got these kids who y'all only fucking 13 and y'all all plan to get pregnant at the same time and be pregnant as friends.
You're right.
At 13.
But then now you see why Gerald says what he says. Like, now, why should I believe you then?
No. Here's the thing. I get what he's saying. I'm saying just change the delivery. Sometimes the delivery has to be changed.
And I get what you're saying, Professor, but I'm just saying from an 18-year-old's perspective, I don't think his delivery was he's not looking at it as I'm delivering this wrong. He's just saying what he feels is on his mind at this particular point. Yeah. Now, if you were 24, 25, yeah, you know that, yeah, if I say this completely wrong, it's a problem. But an 18-year-old, it's like, wait a minute, what you mean pregnant? Hold on, I got to see whatever this is. And then not to mention, we don't know, we ain't seen the text. So therefore, or the text or heard the conversation, we're just going off of how he's saying he said it. So it could be, could not be. That's all I'm saying.
What you got, Heather, or what you got, Meech? Heather, you're on mute, by the way.
You're on mute. Unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. Honestly, you guys have pretty much said everything. There's not much that I can add to it. It can go a plethora of different ways, honestly. And but if I was to agree with someone, I would say I would not honestly agree with Aaron as far as other conversations that should have been had before automatically going into that, immediately. That I will definitely say that I agree with, but it could be a plethora of different reasons of why she said what she said. If it's true, if it's not true, we really do not know. But definitely the way he led, I don't think he should have led that way. I don't think that should have been the first step, basically, or the first thing stated.
So if you told a man at 18, with today's technology and all that, if you just told a man that you were, your boyfriend, mind you, you're 17, if you just told him your boyfriend who is 18, who's about to go to college, whatever A was saying, that you're pregnant, and he asks for proof with today's technology, you don't think that you can provide that?
It's not her. It's not her wanting to wait. You're asking that as if she doesn't have the means or be able to provide it. She doesn't want to
She hasn't
because
done
you're
it. So she hasn't done it. She hasn't done it yet. It's in the story. And she hasn't done it yet.
no. My thing is she probably does not want to. She doesn't want to provide it because her being her boyfriend, she doesn't feel like she should be questioned about it. So it's
Okay.
not even the fact of her not being able to provide it. She just don't want to provide it.
All you
Because
had to do was
I mean,
screenshot
the way
the
she's
fuck. All you had
looking
to
at
do
it
was
is
take a picture of the goddamn pregnancy and be
the way
like,
that
"We're
she's looking
pregnant,"
at it
and
is
that'd have
like
been probably the
But
end of the
she's
conversation.
basically saying, just like what Aaron said too, in a sense that if I haven't shown you any type of infidelity for you to ask for that, it's like what the fuck?
Like
Like,
why is
we
that
laid down together. Like
referral
at some
immediately?
point, there's a possible chance that we use
And it's also a
protection.
possible chance you done laid down with somebody else as well.
I mean, but you making an assumption too, though, because
In
now you
today's
say.
world, yes, I've been making all type of
I
assumptions.
mean,
Like, yes,
I
then
mean, it
why
could
are you?
be possible. It hasn't been stated though. It could
But
be possible.
then why are you sleeping with her then if you feel like she's sleeping with somebody else too?
because at the point in time, I couldn't prove it. It's my girlfriend at the end of the day, and I've been protected. I ain't had no drips. Ain't no condom came off me. I didn't have to pull the condom out of her hoo-ha. So therefore, I have certain suspicion about what's going on here.
but there's a lot of things that could happen. It could have been, the foreplay, and before you put the condom on, people can get pregnant from pre-com. I'm just giving
No. You're very
certain
true.
types of
Very true. I'm just listening.
situations that can happen, but she's not like in the letter or whatever. It doesn't like stipulate. Okay, well, I've cheated before or anything like that. So just solely based going off the letter, and like you said, oh, he's 18. But here's the thing: there's a lot of 18-year-olds that are very mature for their age that know that you can have a conversation and not start it off that way.
And I graduated high school at 17, so at the end of the day, not everybody
Well, I
graduating leaving
didn't.
high school. Yeah, I know you're a
Yeah,
Pisces.
Yeah,
16.
yeah. I'm
Well,
about to say no.
you just
I graduated like at the age of 20, but that's
it don't matter. You got your PhD. That's all that
yeah.
matters.
I got my public high school diploma, so don't worry about that.
That's
But
all that matters.
what I'm saying is that yes, today's technology and all that type of stuff, especially all the shit that we see on social media, they be like, oh, we're pregnant, oh, we're this, and then they have no problem just taking a shot at the pregnancy test and showing shit. So now it's like you're just writing, oh yeah, Javier, we're pregnant.
Javier is crazy.
But
So I'm like,
I get what
my,
you're saying, but I understand Heather's point too. If I haven't gave you no inclination of me cheating, there was nothing there for you to say like you don't believe I'm pregnant because I tell you that and you need proof. It's crazy.
Especially
But
especially we've been fucking. We've been
right
fucking.
yeah,
now,
protected.
on another hand, nowadays most women's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant." Take a picture. You seen these chicks that go out to Miami and doing, "Oh, we gonna do this test and see if somebody pregnant." Then they do the shit, and guess what? Both of you bitches are pregnant. Don't know who the baby daddy is because you went and had a good time while you was out in Miami and shit. So I get it from both aspects.
Okay. I'm not assuming that she went to Miami, but
Well,
I'm
I don't
just
think so. She's
Not,
17.
not at
I tried.
16,
yeah,
16,
right, or 17 for that matter. But I'm just saying,
No, but I'm
how
just saying the technology that we have today and the things that they
right. That's
do
all. Right.
versus
That's all
now.
I'm
So
saying.
I
That's
said
all
I
I'm
see it
saying.
from both.
Like,
I see it from both standpoints. Is what I'm saying.
yeah, and that's all I'm trying to prove is that okay, you can't just write in a text message that I'm pregnant and then give a motherfucker no proof. Like
Let me explain
shit,
something to you. If I ever write somebody and tell them I'm pregnant and they come to me with some, okay, because I've been doing nothing, you want to be funny, you going straight on child support just because I'm an asshole at that point. And that's just how I feel.
whew.
Eli, I hope you listening, sir.
Shut up, Aaron. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, bloody.
Wow.
Take note, my guy. But yeah, can we go to the comments, please?
Yeah. Venetia says no. He just wants to make sure. Granted, it hurts her feelings, but if she has nothing to fear, why not prove it? I've seen people get done dirty. Taria says, I don't think he's wrong for wanting to see proof. If she's not lying, it should be easy to show proof. People will lie about stuff like that just to keep the guy in their life. Payne says, I agree with Jay. I'm about to sneak and get a DNA test done Monday.
How can you sneak and
That's
get a
fucked
DNA test when the
Sneak,
baby not
not
even here?
sneaking it.
They all look like
She
him.
only pregnant.
Stop.
How she gonna get a DNA test while the girl pregnant still?
Actually, it's called a fetal DNA pregnancy test.
It will require her consent and her being there. You can't stick away
No,
around
he
that.
can't. But I'm just saying you can get a DNA test when you're still pregnant.
I got you.
Wow.
It's a whole sneaking of
Times
the
have come a
DNA.
long way since we were children, but go ahead.
Man.
Taria says, I do agree with the professor when it comes to the way the message was communicated. If he texted her the message, it should have could
It's,
easily been misconstrued. That's why I prefer phone calls over text messages. That is correct. Lord, Eli. Okay. What the problem is, Jerome from Martin Voice. All that young man want is a little certainty and clarity before continuing down this road. That's a responsible adult decision he is making, just as the act itself. At the age he's at, in the situation he is in, his vocabulary is only going to go so far, and his emotional response of how he expressed those thoughts is only going to go so far. Honestly, at that age, with where the emotions are, no matter what he said, it was going to be taken. I can't quite see the rest of it, but we understand. We get the gist of what you're saying. Payne says, "Why Javier?" Eli laughed. Payne also says, "Bruh, just doing what his daddy told him to. Don't trust him, son. They just want your money."
What money?
I'm about to say that. What money?
Also says,
His
no,
allowance.
mine here already. I'm taking them Monday.
Bro,
Payne,
stand in
Bro.
the corner.
bro, them kids look just
Bro.
like
Bro, I was
Dead
just
ass.
with them babies. You better not take my babies to go do anything. I hate, you know what?
I'm gonna take you on Monday. How about that?
Son.
Right.
With that being said, we have come to the end of the Reddit files or UTR Talk Your Shit. And before we get out of here, we're gonna swing it to Miss Heather B. Final comments and final thoughts. Take your mic off mute.
I literally just did. But anyways, I don't really have any final thoughts, but I do want to thank everyone for coming, commenting, and contributing to the Reddit files tonight. You definitely talk your shit, most definitely. And also just want to make sure that you guys cannot talk. Please make sure that you follow all of our social medias under UTR Presents Talk Your Shit, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, as well as Facebook as well. Yeah, I don't really have anything really to say. Just I hope everyone's weekend is going great, and I love you guys. That's it.
Double A. I'm sorry. Meech.
You know, Double A does not like to go after Meech.
No, it's fine. Meech got the mic. Go ahead. Meech, go ahead and hit us off with the great word from the book of Meech. Let's hear something great right now.
The Book of Meech. That's a new one. But I just want to say, y'all, everyone in the comment section, y'all talked y'all shit in the comment section tonight. Like, some of y'all been hitting us with thesis statements, like damn, like if even one of us were to go back to school, we hitting y'all up to write our thesis statements for us. Well, except for Double A, we're like, hell no.
No, because Eli not even allowed in the classrooms. He can't write nobody's papers. He can't do none of that shit. Mm-mm.
Damn. But damn. Honestly, for closing remarks, God, I really don't. I really don't know what to say for closing remarks for this one.
Wow.
I really don't. All, all I can say is I hope none of y'all wind up on the Reddit files, and I'll leave it at that.
That's a smart remark.
Yeah, it was. Double A.
Uh, ABN stands for asshole by nature. Stacy, just answering the questions in the chat real quick. And no, he did not have a football scholarship or got have some money. That was not in the letter, so don't we added on to the story without the proof, sir. Um, all in all, I would say that sometimes there's more than one way of or there's more than one point of view from looking at a story. So somehow, just because you see it one way, or just because there's one point of view that you may have, it may require a different point of view for you to look at a story and kind of have a different reaction to it. I know things might have seemed like it was a lot of back and forth tonight, but I love these four people on the screen right now, and I do apologize about the Wi-Fi issues. It was out of my control. Nobody was here to see me, no way. As usual, Professor. Um, but all in all, I would say that again, it's amazing how we could listen to one story and all have four different point of views, or all have the same point of view. And I would say that sometimes be open minded to see what the. Never mind. That's my. I'll end it there. I just read that comment. I'll just end it there. Back to you, Jay.
Oh, well, as Heather B pointed out, follow us on all social media. We are growing. We are growing fast. We can't do it without you guys. So follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Uh, Final comments. Yeah, get the proof. Get the proof. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Get the proof because I don't give a fuck what they talking about. Like I said, you could not have just caught it. I know, and who's to say y'all may have had a love-hate relationship at that point. So therefore, it may have just been, you hadn't seen her, she wasn't talking to you for a week. We don't know what she did that week at the end of the day. So get the proof. And that's my final remarks. Professor, floor is yours.
You know, kind of a metaphor as to similar to what Aaron said. I know you guys all heard it. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Um, Try to look at things from all perspectives before you give your advice. Um, and just remember, in giving advice, give the advice you would want somebody to give you if you was in that same situation. But other than that, I love y'all. Live life, love, laugh. Take care of yourself.
Live life, love,
And
laugh.
before we get out of here, Heather B, if you please go to the comments and get the last ones. Thank you.
Yeah. So we read these earlier and
He
answered
didn't have no
both.
football scholarships. Stop
Stop,
making
stop,
that man.
asking, stop answering the
Stop
story.
making him an outstanding. Stop making him an outstanding human. He may have just
Yeah, all
graduated.
American all of a sudden.
Yeah, right.
Someone has infiltrated Gerald's page again by saying meat stomped
Say word.
so riveting. Really, less melanin voice.
God.
The less
Riveting.
melanin voice. Ain't that a bitch?
Eli says for his final comment to respond to the professor in child support. This is why you keep a grandma prayer in your back pocket, a piece of pound cake in your right pocket, and a judge on your nightstand. Big jokers on these. Never mind.
Why do you have a piece of pound cake? You know what? Go ahead. I don't even care to know. Go ahead.
It's the judge on the nightstand for me.
I
I
don't give a
can't.
damn about that. It's the fact that he's sitting on a piece of pound
The
cake.
fact that y'all even
But
breaking down this man comment.
Right.
no,
Right.
it's the
Let's
fact
look
that
at these
he's
last
right
ones.
now. Right now, he's sitting on a piece of pound cake. That makes no sense. But go ahead.
Wanisha says, had a great time as always. We're glad you enjoyed your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
you.
Sasha says, I appreciate all.
Point
I,
of view.
Point of
sorry,
views.
I appreciate
Points of
all of your
view.
point of views. Although very different, everyone always gives me something to think about, even if I don't agree.
That's what we want.
And we appreciate that, Sasha.
And Eli's official last comment is, good night, y'all. Phenomenal show.
Thank you.
One
Thank
quick
you.
thing, y'all. If y'all find any Reddit stories that y'all want to see what we feel, how we would give the advice to that person, feel free to let us know. Send it to us. Shoot us in the inbox. If y'all got our numbers, text it. If you don't, you won't have the number. But other than that, y'all have a good night. Love y'all.
And with and with that being said, we have come to the end of UTR's Talk Your Shit. So take care of yourselves and each other. We love y'all. Y'all ain't getting no number though.